In today's competitive market, a fast close can be the difference between winning and losing a deal. I'm Gurfinkel, and I'm about to show you exactly how we close loans in just 15 days without charging rush fees or premium pricing. This isn't theory. It's the exact process we have used to help 37 buyers win bidding awards last quarter by promising and delivering lightning-fast closings. What we do is the parallel processing method. The traditional processing is linear. Each step happens after the previous one is complete. And that's why most lenders take, 30 plus days to close. Our processing method runs multiple steps simultaneously, cutting the timeline in half. Here is how it works. Instead of waiting for full underwriting approval before ordering the appraisal, we order it on day one. While the appraiser is scheduling and completing their work, we're already submitting the file to underwriting for conditional approval. This approach alone can cut 7 to 10 days off the typical timeline. The key is having a lender who's willing to take on the risk of paying for an appraisal before full approval. The next thing that we do is actually working off of the underwriting pre-checklist. Most loan delays happen because of missing or problematic documents discovered late in the process. Our underwriting pre-checklist prevents these surprises by identifying potential issues before they become problems. And here's what we check for upfront: employment verification method and contacts, bank statement patterns for any unusual deposits, credit report items that might need letter of explanation, property type and potential appraisal challenges. For example, last month we had a buyer with a large deposit in their account. Instead of waiting for underwriting to flag it, we got the explanation letter and paper trail up front. That alone saved us 3 days of back and forth. The next thing we work on is appraisal acceleration tactics. The appraisal is typically the biggest bottleneck in fast closings. So here's exactly when and how we handle appraisals to avoid delays. First, we order the appraisals within 24 hours of signed buyers' initial disclosures, not after loan approval like the majority of lenders. Secondly, we use appraisal scheduling services that offer priority scheduling for no additional fee. These tactics consistently get us appraisals back in 5 to 7 days instead of the more typical 10 or so days. The pre-closing document preparation is another thing that we work on diligently. Another way we save time is by preparing closing disclosure before we have the final approval. That saves at least 3 days during the process. A lot of lenders, a lot of lenders, I can't tell you how many, and some of them I worked for in the past, will not send out a closing disclosure until the loan is final approved, which generates a 3-day wait before we can actually get the closing docs out for signatures. Another way we actually expedite closing and cut out unnecessary delays is when our closing department starts working on the loan documents, they also balance with escrow. Meaning, when our loan documents go out to escrow for the buyer's signatures, all the numbers have already been verified, buttoned down, and are exact to the penny. So that our loan docs go out, the buyer would know exactly how much money to bring, and we also send our purchase wires with the loan documents. So that also shaves easy between 1 and 3 days. So when you add all of it up, you end up with a lot of time saved and a lightning fast 15-day close. And we can do it over and over again because of amazing back-end systems that have been developed in our office. We also communicate extensively. And when I say we, it means the entire team. Myself, my partner in crime, as in my loan officer assistant, or as I refer to her, my production partner, the assistant processor, the processor, basically everybody who touches the file communicates proactively with the buyer, and not a day goes by that a communication doesn't occur with the buyer or the parties to the transaction that information is needed from. So the communication is another significant part of how we're able to close loans in 15 days. If you have a client who needs to close quickly to win in a competitive situation, don't promise what your current lender can deliver. I know you may love your lender, so I'm not knocking them, but you can always reach out to me for backup. And before you write the offer, I'll help you structure a 50-day close that actually happens. I'll even jump on a call with your clients to explain exactly how we'll make it work. As in, I'll explain the step-by-step and the expectation of what's going to happen in order for us to close in 15 days. The fastest way to reach me is to text Fast Close to the number on your screen, and I'll get back to you within an hour during the business hours.